Nobody warned you that one day you lose your parents, and suddenly there's nobody left on earth who remembers you young. And doesn't matter how old you are when it happens either. You can be 6 or 60 years old and still feel like somebody just unplugged the only people who truly knew your whole story. Not the polished version, not the Facebook version, the real version. All right, let's get comfortable then, because we're about to talk about all the stuff you're afraid to say out loud for whatever reason. I've been a daughter, a mother, a grandmother, a wife, even a professional eye roller, and occasionally, probably the reason somebody might have needed some therapy. I've survived heartbreak, chaos, raising kids, getting older, losing people I loved, many people, and modern technology that still asks me for passwords I don't remember. I'm never going to remember them. One minute life is loud and messy and overwhelming, and the next thing you know, you're staring at old photographs, wondering where the years went, or looking in a mirror wondering who that old woman is. But around here, we tell the truth about life. The funny parts, the painful parts, and the questions maybe you've been too embarrassed to ask somewhere else. Because somewhere along the way, you started wondering if something was wrong with you. Oh, honey, you spend 10 minutes with me and you're going to realize just how normal you really are. Now, let's get into this mess. Hey there, mama bears and professional eye rollers. Today's not going to be the funny kind of hurt. This one's a little deeper. And if you're one of the people who still has your parents, you hug them extra hard for me when this is over. Because there's a strange kind of loneliness nobody really talks about enough. Being an adult orphan. Some people don't even know what that means. Especially when you lose your parents younger than most people do, like I did. Or when you lose them and realize there's really nobody left standing behind you anymore. No safety net, no home base, no call mom or ask dad. Some of us don't have any siblings. I don't. No more giant family holidays. And no people who remember you before life hardened you. Just you. And people think grief ends after the funeral or shortly thereafter. It doesn't. Grief is sneaky. It hides in ordinary moments. Hits you in grocery stores, where you might hear an old song when you get sick, when something funny happens, or when life falls apart and your first instinct is still to reach for a phone that nobody's going to answer anymore years later. Years. I think one of the hardest parts is realizing nobody will ever love you quite the same way again. People will still love you. You know, not your spouse, not your children, not your friends. It's not the same. Because parents, even imperfect ones, loved you from the beginning of your story, before you were even born. They knew your baby laugh, your childhood fears, your teenage disasters, awkward phases, your dreams before life got complicated. And when they're gone, sometimes it feels like an entire chapters of you just disappear with them. And if you don't have siblings, whew, that loneliness hits different. Because there's nobody left who remembers Grandma's kitchen, the old house, family things, Christmas mornings, the sound of your mom's laugh, or your dad, or how your mom used to fix your hair before your school. You become the keeper of memories that nobody else carries, and that's heavy. Who you talk about with it. People don't realize how scary it feels when you suddenly become the older generation. One day you look around and think, wait a minute, I am the grown up now. And if you're anything like me, that realization is horrifying. Because inside, I still feel like I'm about 32. Mentally, I'm still trying to figure life out. I still want advice. I still want comfort. I still want somebody older and wiser to tell me it's going to be all right. That never goes away. And losing your parents, it changes how safe the world feels. So even if you were already grown, even if you were married, even if you had children of your own, as long as your parents were alive somewhere on this earth, part of your heart still felt covered, protected, anchored. Then suddenly they're gone. And the world feels colder. Even if they didn't do all those things, it still feels that way. And can we talk about how strange it feels watching other people still have their parents when yours are gone? Sometimes you'll hear somebody complain about their mama calling too much, and all you can think of is, I would give anything for one more annoying phone call. Or you'll see somebody post lunch pictures with their dad, and your heart breaks quietly for a second. This is going to be hard for me to get through, but I'm going to get through it because I have stuff to say about it. And it's not because you're bitter. It's just because grief leaves fingerprints on everything. And another thing nobody warned you about, the grief changes over time. At first it's loud, sharp, constant. You can expect it. Then eventually life forces you to function again. You laugh, you work, you pay bills, keep moving, but the grief doesn't disappear. It just seems to become absorbed by your bloodstream. Sometimes I think the hardest part is realizing there's nobody left to catch you. Because as mothers, as wives, as grandmothers, we spend our whole lives being the strong one, the fixer, the comforter, the safe place. But when your parents are gone, you suddenly realize there is nobody assigned to take care of you anymore. And that realization can knock the breath right out of you. Now, listen carefully, because this part matters. If you are one of those adult orphans quietly carrying this grief around, I need you to know something. This is why I'm doing this. This is not a good time to put on makeup before I do this, but whatever. You are not weak because you still miss them. I don't care if it's been 2 years, 10 years, 30 years. I don't care. You're not weak. Love does not expire, and neither does loss. Some days you'll be perfectly fine. Other days, a smell, a song, a memory will hit you so hard you feel like you can barely breathe. That's normal. That's love. And honestly, I think some of us become softer after loss, more empathetic towards other people, more understanding, more aware that everybody walking around carries invisible pain. Because once grief moves into your house, you start recognizing it in other people's eyes because it doesn't move out. It changes, but it's always there. And if your family is small now, if your circle got tiny, if the holidays feel quieter, if sometimes you feel untethered to the earth, you're not alone in that, I promise you. There are so many of us quietly rebuilding our lives after losing the people who built ours. And no, your children cannot fully replace your parents. That's not their job. Your children love you forward. But parents loved you from the beginning. It's two completely different kinds of love, and it's not fair to expect them to take that place. I think that's why memories become so precious as we age. Because eventually memories are what keep people alive inside us. The stories, the sayings, the recipes, the laughter, the little things nobody else would even understand. That becomes sacred. And maybe that's part of healing, not getting over it. You don't get over it. I don't think we ever truly get over losing people that we deeply loved. I mean, that just doesn't make sense. If they're gone longer, we miss them more. Maybe healing is simply learning how to carry them differently, learning how to laugh again, live again, and still keep pieces of them inside you, beside you. So if you're missing your mama, missing your daddy, missing the people who made the world feel safer, I just want you to know I understand. Somebody out there understands you're not alone. I think they would want us to keep going, even on the hard days. I don't think they want us to turn the camera off just because we're shedding a few tears, especially on the hard days. Meanwhile, Grammie Tammy will be over here missing voices I can't hear anymore, carrying memories like little treasures nobody else fully understands, and trying to become the kind of comfort for others that I still sometimes wish I had for myself, with a cold Diet Coke, of course, and a heart that still remembers and misses everything. You guys take care out there. I really do love you and care about you. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you later. Quiet and speaking her mind. Now she stands where she belongs, right in her truth where she's been all along. She's rolling with Tammy, loud and free, saying what you think but don't wanna be. No filter, no fuss, no let me be nice. She said what she said and she said it twice. She ain't here to play, she ain't here